This is Movies, a podcast about the act of cinema. This is about our fourth try at starting the show today, and with me today is
Hey,
Hans, my
hello,
co-host.
hello. Hi, how's it going?
How's it going? It's a bonus show tonight, and we have a very special guest star. We have one of our fellow members of our group, Headshot LLC, the arguably the
OG,
star of
all the
Comfort
OGs.
Systems. We
Yeah.
have good old Kenny Dorsley, who's in Arlington, Texas right now. He is part of the military. He is stationed in Arlington. What's happening with you, Kenny?
Why do you lie to these people, bro? Don't lie to these
You're
people.
I know you're a modest man. You don't like being prided as an American hero, protecting the homeland, but that's what the truth is.
Like, protecting what, bro? Do we need to talk about that cop that like pepper sprayed the minority like military officer?
I haven't
No.
heard about this. What happened?
Oh, the fat cop. That video was funny as fuck. When the fat cop is just like the fat cop is
okay.
like
What is this?
Let Hans, the dude
Okay,
who's
I'm just
not
asking.
in
I'm asking a
America,
question.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this fat cop, this very round cop with a mustache, and he's pulling over this black army guy that's in his truck for no reason at all. So he points his gun at him
For
and
no
he yells at him
reason?
for no reason. Like
Okay.
we don't know why.
We'll see.
The soldier has his hands out, like he's recording himself too. And then the cop is coming towards him and he's like, okay, well, why am I being detained? What's wrong? And the cop, I guess, is scared because he's fat and sucks. So he's just holding on against him. And then he just pulls out pepper spray and pepper sprays him for no reason. Like, we don't know why. No one knows why. And then the guy got fired after that, the cop, like the fat cop.
Well, I mean, is that
Right,
really
Kenny?
the worst outcome to
America.
this?
Right? That's what
Again,
happened.
we're talking about. Look, we're living in times of extreme violence. All right, so a little pepper spray. You want me to feel bad about someone being pepper
I mean,
sprayed?
it definitely wasn't as funny as the Derek Chauvin video, but it was still pretty funny.
Oh my god. Well, Kenny, what is your opinion on everything happening today in the news?
I just thought it was ironic how Colin Kaepernick got yelled at and screamed at because like he was taking the knee.
He
Like
did
a
the
brother
same
man.
thing as Derek Chauvin. I know, it's crazy.
Yep.
but with
I
that
agree,
nobody's
Ken.
neck under. But like I'm just like, I bet.
I mean, I don't know. He was stepping on grass. A lot of vegetarians will take offense to that. They have feelings too.
I get that point. But you know what threw me off when they announced that Derek Chauvin was guilty? I was like, what? That's crazy. That's nuts.
You were surprised. You were a big Derek Chauvin supporter. You know, you wanted him to be freed, to be released.
I wasn't no supporter, bro. You know me, dog. I don't support nothing that don't support me. So I'm just like, okay. But like he was so shocked that like he thought he was gonna get off scot-free and then that happened. And then it's just like, oh well. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
I think
What do you think
everybody was expecting him to get off.
What do you think is going to happen to him in jail? Do you think he's going to find a cuddle buddy quickly?
I feel like they're
is?
gonna send him to like one of those like low security ones, like out in the Hamptons, where like he just does his time.
Protected next to Cosby.
Him and Cosby are buddies. That would be a very funny reboot of The Odd Couple, I think, coming to Paramount Plus 2022.
Chauvin.
No, here's what will probably happen, because when you go to prison, it's always race war, right? So he'll get attacked by the black dudes in there, and then the Aryan Brotherhood will be like, "We got you, brother," and then he'll settle in. He'll probably maybe get a couple of teeth knocked out at first, but it's just gonna
All I'm gonna say
as
is,
usual.
listen, the last Brotherhood he joined, he thought they had his back, so he decided, hey, let me show this black guy who's boss, because I signed up for this job X amount of years job, X amount of years ago. Bam. So like, I don't know. I feel like he got to watch what he does when he gets there before he like pops off like he's like the head white guy in charge.
What he's gonna do is grow a mustache like Hans is right now,
Yes.
and just say he's Hispanic. He's Derek. What's a good
Chavin.
his Chavin? Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I was gonna say, I wish I could grow a mustache like you guys, but I have a
What
mustache.
are you
I'm just
talking
like,
about? You have a full face full of hair.
I don't like my mustache though. So
I
I'm just
can't.
like,
I can't grow up a mustache. That's the problem. It's just
it's
long
there.
hairs, right? If you're closer to me, you'll be able to see every space in between every hair. It's really not thick at all.
What's
I think the
great
light,
is
the contrast helps a lot. Have you ever been arrested, Kenny?
No. Out of everybody that I know, I'm the only one who has like the cleanest track record ever,
Cleaner than LowRes.
which is kind of scary. Huh?
Cleaner than LowRes.
Like,
It's just like everyone I know.
I got in
Bro.
trouble with mall cops before, and they made me. They were
Oh,
like,
shit. There you
we're
go.
gonna listen." I was with a couple of kleptomaniacs back in the day, and we got caught one time at Walmart with some like mall cops who were like circling around us. I was thinking to myself, because I'm a dumb 18-year-old, fresh 18-year-old. Oh, these guys are kind of like us. They're looking for tips on how to shoplift. And I was like, no, you fucking idiot. They're the mall security undercover. And so they brought us into the back
The
room.
story changes every single time.
What are you talking about? It's
Oh
the same
no.
story.
Wait, I've seen this porn
like
series where they take you to the back room and then they're like, "Well, listen,
Yup,
we might
They-
call the cops."
They had to strip search me, you know? I had to get down to my skivvies to prove I was innocent.
Hey, we're gonna call your mom so that she can watch you blowing us. I've seen this series. I know.
So we were stealing, and we put it all in this mutual friend of ours, Yasser, his backpack. He was the one who was going to hold on to all the stuff. So we got called back there, and then they opened up the backpack, and it was like hundreds of dollars worth of media. And they're like, "All right, so you're 17, you're 16. How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 16 too," even though I'm a fucking dumpy 18-year-old man. And they were like, "Let's see your IDs." And I gave them my old school ID. And they were like, "All right, we're going to
Nice.
call your moms. They're going to take you home." So I gave them my girlfriend's number at the time. I was like, "This is my aunt." And she couldn't come get me because she didn't have a driver's license. And I just wound up hitching a ride with the other guy who was with us, his uncle, who was a very cool dude.
So you were of age and you lied to the police.
Yeah, I did. I
To
was
the
bad.
police. To Paul Blart. You lied to Paul.
They brought in a real cop.
I would never
Oh,
do
shit.
They had the two mall cops that were circling us who were undercover and dressed like regular civilians. And then there was a cop by the entrance. And I was like, wait a minute. There's never a cop hanging out by the entrance of Walmart. Something's up. And
I really
yeah.
hope that Kenny has a better cop story because this is the worst treatment we've all had from cops. It's pretty fucking. We're big dorks.
Anyhow, so I wound up panicking, and even though I gave them a fake number and a fake age, I still gave them my real address, and I got a notice in the mail I had to pay $500 or else I couldn't come back to
Yeah.
Walmart. And I just never paid them.
Yeah, of course.
I know what that is. Okay,
Wait, so were you stealing what, DVDs at
I was
the
stealing
time?
like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for PC and Dexter Season 2. Also, my connection cut out a little bit. You guys were talking over me. It's going to make it look very rude in the video that you guys are just not caring about what I have to say. But what you guys got talking about before with patches, I was saying when I was editing Mass State Lottery, something I started to notice when I was getting to the close-ups of Hans is Hans has a perfect circle in his jawline where there's no hair that grows in at all. And it seems like every close-up highlights that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's from stress, I think. I'm trying to hope it's not something worse. But yeah, it's like a perfect circle, right? You can even see it now. It's right
somewhere.
there.
It's somewhere.
But I mean, it gives my character more personality, right? Because it's not just a perfect beard. It's just like, oh, look at this guy. Is he 45 or is he 17? You know? So we're good. Keep it vague.
Oh, okay. Well, back to the whole cop story and the
Cop
whole
stories.
Yeah.
the secret life of LowRes as a juvenile.
It's a criminal.
Hold on,
Yeah,
you were
no.
trying to discredit me at the start of my story by saying it changes every time. It does not change every time. But what version of the story do you remember hearing, Kenny?
I remember you bragging like a hard ass, like, yeah, man. I remember this time we went up in Walmart and I was telling Yasser, grab that, and I was telling Bryce, grab that other thing, and then like he was just throwing stuff in Yasser's bag
That's
because he's the
true.
bitch boy. And then
Hold on, we
I was
never
like,
called him the bitch boy.
that's what you said. That's from like back in the day. I don't think you put it on shooting it though. I'm pretty sure it was on shooting.
This might have been when I was like 18 or 19, when I was like,
Yeah,
being
bro,
a hard
it was
guy.
like fresh 18. Like I had came to visit and I was chilling with you, and you was just like, "Yeah, man, this happened," and I was just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that did
But
happen.
no,
What was great about that was Yasser's a Muslim, right? And his family is like strict Muslim family. And so his mom showed up and she was fucking fuming. She was like, "You can never hang out with these boys again." It
Did
was
she
you
do
were
that
fuming.
thing?
awkward.
Did she do that? Did she do that thing where they just talk about the language that only they know, but he's very angry, so you just sit there awkwardly?
Oh, no. She spoke in English. She said, "You're
Oh,
never
okay.
going to see my son." Not to me, luckily. I was hanging out in the background a little bit. She pointed at Bryce, who was the third
You
guy
know,
with us,
I
and
have a
directed it all at him.
I have a friend
um,
here that he's the only white person in his family. Everyone else is black. And I remember very vividly when I was little that whenever they would reprehend them verbally, it would be in like patois, and I would just be sitting there uncomfortable because they're just yelling on something that I don't understand, and he's just like, ah, and they're just, yeah. So
hey, you guys want to update on Yasser and stuff like that?
Well, let's not blow up his business, but what do you got?
No, it's not blowing up. I just thought it was funny because like it's a funny story. And I'm pretty sure when you reconnect, he'll tell you the story too. But no, okay. So
Hold on,
his
is
mom.
he not going to like it being on a podcast?
I don't think it would matter. I'll tell him. I'll text him right now and
We
let him
should have used
know.
a fake name for both of these people, Yasser and
Oh,
Bryce, who escorted
well,
me in my shoplifting
Mahmoud.
pursuits.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I already got a name.
So
Mahmoud.
Muhammad got in trouble recently, right? This is the story.
Yasser
Basically,
Arafat, and
It was
basically,
Saddam.
like at his age, his mom found out that he smokes weed.
Oh no!
oh no,
What is 30-year-old Yasser gonna do?
And then like she took the shit and flushed it down the toilet.
Oh no! That
oh
sucks.
And
no.
like the funny part, like I was there when he purchased that ounce he got, and dude charged him like 2 something, and I was just like, damn, she threw that whole thing away. And she had a smile on her face too when he said it. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Wait,
And then I
wait,
thought back,
200? Is that
to it's like 250-ish, depending on, I don't know. They do it by the
Jesus?
strain now. So like
Jesus
if
Christ,
it's like
fuck.
good stuff, then it's like 250, but up and all
Well,
that other crap.
well, hold on. What's the lesson here? Is don't do drugs and listen to mommy. Be a good boy for mommy,
Yeah.
and you won't have
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars flushed down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. So
Just thought that
cop
was
stories. That's the theme of this episode is cop stories. Kenny, I don't think we heard your worst cop story, or Hans even. We haven't heard your worst cop story yet.
the worst cop story I had was a cop thinking that I was some type of pedophile.
What? What happened?
I do it in a short and sweet and simple too. So I was with Lizzie. I want to say like 2017-ish.
By the way,
Right
your
before.
story is not being helped by you being in a basement, holding your phone close up. So this
No,
cop
you're
thought
good.
I was bro. This cop thought I was a pedophile.
Oh no, you're good. I'm not even
All right.
in the basement. I'm outside.
All right.
But no,
Yeah.
like it's 2017. Lizzie's pregos, and Devin's in the back and they're smoking, and I'm driving around.
Devin is her younger friend.
Yeah, I guess whatever. Anyways, and then like, okay, so you know how most people drive, right? They see a yellow light and they keep going, and then like it turned red. They still keep. It's not like they're gonna stop in the middle of the road. So I just kept going, and then it just so happened to be convenient that a cop was like right there chilling. He was like, "Oh, let me make my quota for the day." Blah blah blah. Bam, put the lights on, and I was like, "All right, bet." Pulled over, did all the stuff. I'm like, mind you, I was cordial because like by that, mind you, it's 2017, so like at least
Wait,
5 niggas I done heard about got shot, killed, like for like resisting a cop. So I'm just like, all right, we're gonna play along, be nice,
Resisting a
be
cop's
cool,
sexual prowess, resisting
whatever,
the urge to take
whatever,
them out
bro,
on a date.
wait, the
whatever.
cop thought the cop thought you were fucking the other guy.
No. Listen,
Hold on,
bro,
Devin's a
listen.
girl. Devin is not a man.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's
okay,
two
okay.
girls. It's two girls in the car, and
Okay.
like you look at me, you look at Lizzie. We probably look our age, I guess, but like for some reason, every dude looks at Devin and they're just like, "Oh, that's a cute, young 18-year-old little thing, blah blah blah." Like, okay, whatever. Anyways, so like he was like, "You know why I'm pulling you over, right?" He's like, I was like, "Because I ran a yellow light." He's like, "No, bro, that was red." And I was like, "No, bro, I was as I was passing, it was yellow, and then it turned red." Common logic dictates that's not me running no red light. That's me trying to get past the yellow light.
So what happened then? He looks in the back seat and goes, "So you a pedophile or
No, he
You
asked
fuck.
how old.
You
you
He
like
asked
fucking.
how old
are
Devin
you fucking a
was.
kid or
Listen,
what's
will
happening?"
you listen? Will you listen? Stop
I'm
jumping
listening.
in
I'm
like
just trying to figure out how we
busted
go from
cookie.
yellow light to pedo.
The bro, they're like, listen. So like, he's like, how old are you back there? And I'm just like, what? Why? Nigga, this is between me and you. What the fuck she got to do with anything? Oh, I just want to know if she looks a little underage. Bro, Devin's like 4 years younger than us, bro. That ain't no underage, bro. Mind you, I was like, we were like 29 at the time. So I'm pretty sure she was like 24, some shit like that. I don't know.
Right.
But like, I'm just in here like,
Definitely
bro,
over.
That's 5 years younger.
Definitely over 18 then.
4 or
Yeah.
I guess
5,
that's.
what,
Yeah.
my nigga. Regardless. Why why would I have the chick I'm messing around with in the back seat and then this random ass chick in the front seat?
I'll
That
tell you
don't make
why. I've heard of there's YouTube predator shows. Have you ever seen these YouTube predator shows?
Yes. Very
Yeah,
funny.
no, my daughter has dealt
Oh,
with a
he
couple of
froze.
those.
Oh, he froze again.
I'm not frozen.
Right.
I am not frozen.
What?
You're Can you
He
guys hear
froze
me?
again.
I'm not
Oh,
It's into it.
frozen.
Look at
Oh,
it. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I can't even. I just see you. It shows me the person who's talking. Oh, I see. Okay.
Can you? All right.
There
Am
it
I
is.
back? Are we
Yep.
good?
You're back.
Yeah.
You're back.
This
You're
is
back. You're
really
back.
annoying. I hate being stranded in Brockton with terrible internet because then I'm just
Yep.
talking to myself. I don't know if it's even recording me or if it's recording you guys.
No, it's
Um,
recording you. Just
so
you.
there's
Yeah.
there's like To Catch a Predator amateur shows. There's one in Canada that has like really it. I mean, look, these guys are like very like volatile with the not like Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen's cool, calm, collected. He knows
Yeah.
you're fucked. These guys are like, now call your wife on the phone and say you were about to fuck a kid. Do it, do it, do it. And these guys, like in Canada, it's like watching an episode of Trailer Park Boys. They're just dumb. They're like,
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just like
They wind up
just
going along with it. And
so
it's
you
like,
can literally just walk away from them and
you
nothing's gonna
are
happen
like,
to you.
there's nothing
Yeah.
like they're kind of, and these guys aren't good either because they're fucking around with it is essentially letting this guy off the hook. There's no like legal prosecution that they can go ahead with because of
Yeah.
that. So anyway, there are these YouTube channels that wind up doing this, and it's a very entertaining thing. Anxiety Wars is a guy who's pretty good, and he was talking to a female predator. And oftentimes, what'll happen is the female predator will lure a child in, and she'll be partnered with a guy, and they'll sell that kid into sex trafficking. So that happens pretty often. I when I was a kid, a woman asked me if I wanted her shopping cart. And I was like 6 years old. I was just wandering around some flea market or whatever, and I was like, I know better than this. I know how this ends. I'm gonna go walk this way. So that's a thing that does happen. It's a pretty valid concern. Although I've seen Devin before, who you're talking about, she does not even look remotely underage.
Like that's all I was saying. But like I said, a good amount of dudes that I know that have met her, they're just like, oh damn, that's a bad young little thing right there. Nice little young redhead. Blah blah blah. Let me be a little perv, man. Fuck
Maybe you should
that
stop
shit.
hanging with those people. They sound like they might get you in trouble, Kenny.
I don't hang with those people. Nah, man, I'm set.
Wait. But what happened with the cop?
Oh, so like after that whole situation, but like I felt like when he said that he was trying to guilt me. So I was just like,
Dude,
I bet that I
they
was like,
do. I thought that like because that happens here. That happened to me once with a guy pretending he was David Caruso from CSI that he was gonna get us. It was so embarrassing. He thought he was gonna get us, but then he didn't, and you could just see it in his face where he thought he was gonna have this detective from TV moment, and it didn't work out at all for him.
well, I don't know. Like it didn't work out for the cop because like I was like at that point, like I don't want to say I was in pimp mode, but like I was like Devin license now, and then like I put my hand up, and like I thought I was gonna get shot right then and there because like I did it so drastically,
Right.
but then like Devin handed me her license, and I was like, bro, does this bitch look like she underage, bro? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. How old is you? And like, bro, cause like from Jump Street, I was sizing this dude up, and he looked like he was like fresh out the academy, and I was like, "How old is you, bro?" He was like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm this age." I look at the license, and I'm just like, "Oh, ain't that some shit? You guys are the
Hey,
same age, bro."
Those
on that same exact note, what do you think of the Police Academy movies? Did you think those were funny? The guy who does all the voices, like bloop, 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 sound effect man.
Would have been cooler. Would have been like wasn't there like some big like black dude who
I
could
want
like
someone to clip
basically
that.
like destroy anything too?
Yeah, there was a big tough guy. There was
And
his
then like
Hightower.
Hightower.
yeah,
Hightower.
That's
and then
Yeah.
he
right.
was with
Yeah.
he
That
kind
was
of
my
like
shit.
he kind of like floated to that one like black girl who had the high
Mhm.
pitched voice, but she was like really badass at the same
Cowardly.
time.
She was
Yeah,
like
but
the goofy black girl with a fat ass.
yeah, but like when it came down to it, like I don't know, I don't want to say typical black girl where like she gets that like get down on the floor, shut the fuck up, blah 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 blah, like that. But no, um, I I didn't like.
I like the
It's
first
not even.
two.
It's
There's
not
like
even
eight
the
of them,
movie.
but
It's not even the movie. Like that movie that probably says what happens at the academy, bro. Because you know everybody's taught to get along. It's not even that. It's just like the system and stuff, and like niggas be like, all right, I lived in this neighborhood for so long. I'm in the academy, but they're putting me in the rich white neighborhood where nothing goes down, and I can't like mentor the people I've grown up with so they can do better. Why? Why not?
So you want to
But
like you want a Police Academy movie where it's like a dude goes back to his rough neighborhood and he's like a
it's
mentor
not
to the
even.
kids.
You talking about? I'm not even looking for a police guy.
You
I'm
want
looking
like
for a
Stand and Deliver.
system
You want Lean on Me, but the cop version.
in real
nah.
life. Not even in a
Didn't
movie.
we
Just
have
real life.
I think we had one of those in G Town, didn't we?
The
No, I
Bright
don't know.
Side.
I don't
Isn't
know,
the
bro.
Bright
You're
Side
right.
with Sandra Bullock rescuing that big black guy that plays football? Isn't
But
that something
if she
like
was a
that?
cop,
Oh,
No,
right.
it was the Dare police officer who came to school. Wasn't he like friendly? Wouldn't he hang out with certain people in Germantown? He was probably buying drugs off people.
Yeah, I don't trust that because the dare officer that I had down in Florida, like he'd have a dare class with us, and then he'd be smoking cigarettes with
Wait,
my
hold
homeroom
on.
teacher. So
You were
I'm
in
straight with
Florida
that.
though. What you that was like when you were 19. You had Dare class at 19?
No, that was like back in middle school.
Oh,
I've
when
been to
before you
Florida
went to
2 times
Quincy.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
Were
So
you born in Florida, Kenny?
yeah, but yeah, he was
Oh,
smoking fucking cigarettes with
what? No,
with
you
my
were born in
fucking home.
Boston, weren't you?
No, I was born. Oh yeah, I was born in Boston, but like I was down in Florida from like third grade to like seventh grade,
Mm-hmm.
and then I repeated seventh grade, and then it was seventh grade to eighth grade, and then back to Florida again. But no, that's not the point, bro. Like, bro, why are you teaching the dare class talking about don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke weed, don't do meth, don't inject no heroin, and then you sitting there with my homeroom teacher smoking butts right there in the teacher's lounge outside, right outside the cafeteria where the students are. I don't know. You tell me.
Because they're addicts themselves. They're addicted
So
to.
don't be preaching no classes like that, bro. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, that don't make no sense, but whatever.
I don't think Dare had any effect at all on anybody, unfortunately.
the opposite. I think you had the opposite effect. You don't want to be like the dork that's presenting that shit. So you go the complete opposite way and try whatever you can to not be that person.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it just lets you know. Like I felt like Dare let me know the limits of like what I'm willing to like experience in life. Cause like certain things are manageable, other things are not. Like you can't be sitting there talking about you want to do heroin for the rest of your life, nodding out and trying to function in real life society.
I don't know. I think you probably can nowadays.
No, not even, bro. I don't know. That's that's not me though. So that's
Should we
none of
have
my
a heroin
business.
party? Should we all shoot up on Zoom for the
Y'all,
podcast?
you guys can do that.
That shit is expensive. No,
I'm gonna
not it.
support you
Heroin
guys.
isn't expensive. What are you talking about? Maybe in Costa Rica it is. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
luxury there.
it's difficult to find. Yeah,
Maybe
I can
that's how
get
you
Not
coke.
take your
I
even
can
mind
get.
off
that.
things in Costa Rica.
Difficult to find, and probably the stuff you can find is like that premium stuff where like you have to like dilute the whole thing with water,
You know
and
what they
then
probably do? They probably package it. They'll get like a plastic cup you'd find at a party and just scoop up some dirt from the ground and throw it in so they can
now
charge it for
do they
twice the
have
price.
This
fentanyl?
artisanal heroin.
Do they have fentanyl in Costa Rica?
I don't know.
They
I
almost
don't.
certainly do, but probably not as bad as the United States because
Yeah,
the demand
like
isn't
that's what
as
I'm
high.
thinking. Like,
Well, isn't fentanyl like a cough syrup or some shit? Like, isn't
No,
that?
no, no, no. Fentanyl is like a Chinese synthetic um, opioid thing.
yeah, that's
No.
the agent that they use to cut like they drugs with, and then like I feel like that's a probably a good reason why most of these people in Massachusetts and the United States like OD nowadays is just because of like their drugs is mixed with fentanyl.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. I mean, if they were getting pure, I mean, good luck finding pure heroin. But
Yeah.
if they were getting pure heroin, if you were getting heroin from like 2004, right, for example, there would not be as many ODs, almost
Listen,
certainly.
listen, this is all. Sherlock Holmes had a nice little opium addiction, bro. Nobody ever got him on that. Nope. They was just like, yo, how you keep solving these mysteries, bro?
It's because he was white. No one judged him, right?
Bro,
Kenny?
no, you can't even say that, bro, because like I be walking on the train and like I can see a dude just like me, and I'm just like, yeah,
They're
he's
just
white. He's dressed like me. He's probably doing fucking heroin or something. And I'm
they're
not even
just
trying to be that dude, but like the case speaks for itself. And like as soon as like the train starts moving and like everybody's like all still and stuff, this guy's like swaying back and forth to the rock of the train, and I'm just sitting here like, damn, bro, where he get the moves from? I know where he got the moves from. No, damn well where he
You
got
got it
them
from a
moves.
needle, Kenny.
But is heroin really like a problem there? Because I've never
Oh,
seen
is it really a problem here?
I,
It's the biggest problem, Hans. Let me tell you,
okay.
heroin is the
Bro,
number
you
one.
can't see my face because of the light and stuff. I'm sitting here like, what?
That's
it's
that's how
because
detached
listen,
Hans is from like
well,
United States culture and Massachusetts culture specifically. I
well,
guess.
that's how different our reality is. Because the only time I've ever seen anyone in the on a heroin was when I was living in Canada. I think they were on a heroin because they were just in this tiny park in a neighborhood that was like the size of, I don't know, less than one of those basketball courts that they build in neighborhoods. So it was like half of that. But it was a guy that was just bent over. I don't know if he was on heroin, but that's the closest I think that I've ever seen in my life. Like here, uh, I have friends that do like Molly and like party drugs or whatever, but heroin is not really
No,
a
Damn,
thing
Canada
I've
sounds
ever
great.
heard.
If you saw one guy on heroin in a
Yeah,
park in Canada, that he might have
yeah,
been. He might have just been napping. He might have been
yeah.
sleepy that day.
bro. Oh my god, bro. Because like I'll be on my way to work, and like these dudes are already on the train. Like, like, and it's crazy too because like I get okay, so like
They're just doing the robot but not moving. The train just
Hans,
stuck.
listen. I get on Ashmont, right? That's like one of the like as soon as you get to that's the first train station going from one side of like Boston to another side. And like I'll get on the train and these dudes is already on the train and like there'll be nobody on the train, but they're standing up looking towards one of the windows right in front of a seat, and like they're just standing there, and then like the next second later they're like damn near almost halfway on the ground like this.
Just bent over weirdly. Yeah.
With a nice crispy clean smile on their face, and I'm just sitting here like I'm sitting here like, what? Oh my, what? Oh
That's
my
the biggest
goodness.
thing by far. You will almost always see somebody who is nodding off on the train in Massachusetts if you're taking the MBTA, the subway.
What?
I will gladly take that over the New York subway,
Oh my.
Yeah.
which has mentally ill people that again are like checking a cell phone that's in their hand that isn't there, or are dressed up as a cartoon character, or are just like violently pacing back and forth like they're about
Did
to kill
I
somebody.
did I ever tell you about the time that I was confronted by a homeless person that thought I was taking photos of him?
Yeah, yes, you did. But I thought you should tell Kenny about this.
So I'm in New York, right? This was like 5-6 years ago, and I don't have internet on my phone because I'm not American, so I don't have that there. So what I'm doing is I'm saving like Google Maps and addresses on my notes on my phone so that I can just go to places, right?
You'll get away.
Right. So I go to this comedy club. It ends at like midnight, and I'm staying in Queens. So I take the train to go to Queens from like I don't even know what
Probably
Manhattan, I think it was.
Manhattan.
Yeah. So I take that train, and then I'm just looking at my notes to see like if I went to the places that I wanted to go, and then I have my headphones in because I'm listening to music. And then I see that at the end of the train, there's a guy that's like pointing at me and like saying something, like shouting. And I'm like I'm ignoring him completely, and he just keeps moving closer and closer, and he got to a seat that was not in front of me, but in front, and then like moved over after the door, so there was some distance, and then he just said, "Why are you taking pictures of me?" And I took my headphones off, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You're taking pictures of me. Delete that shit. I want to see you delete that shit." And I turned my phone and I show him my notes, and I'm like, "This is like I don't like. I'm still trying to reason. I'm such a foreigner that I'm still trying to reason to this with this crackhead." And he's like, no, I want to see you delete those photos. So what I did was just as soon as we stopped, I just like moved, like I went out and I just moved trains. And I was like, I'm not. This is the first time that I'm ever in New York. I'm not gonna get stabbed or attacked by a fucking crazy homeless person that thinks I'm doing, whatever.
Now, what's
Uh,
funny about this story is what Hans didn't know is that man was Denzel Washington. So
yes.
he did not want
Oh
paparazzi
damn,
photos. So
damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
that's
well,
it. But that's
Sure.
the average New
honestly,
York experience. I mean,
I
and
got
that's
lost.
a good one. That's
hold
probably
on,
Wait,
a better subway ride.
I forgot to I
I'm
forgot
about
to
to say
mention.
this.
Hold on, I forgot
Okay.
to mention that I got lost in the train. So I went the wrong way. He got me on my way back when I figured out how to get to what I was. So I took a train
Wow.
for like half an hour going the wrong way, and then on the way back, that's where he got me.
He got you, and
Okay.
you got stabbed and killed. And his body was
Mm.
dumped in the subway.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Hans, if he really played that situation, but like granted, Denzel would have had to take a loss for the black community. But if Hans played that the right way, like that could have been like the next race crime, bro.
Yeah, you could have yelled hate crime, and then the police would have like done something.
Cause you could have just been, I don't know who this dude is, and then they'd be like, that's Denzel Washington, bro. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, okay, that's good. Do you guys know who Selena is?
Excuse me, Kenny.
I'm sorry.
It's just-
I'm sorry.
Do you know Luis Miguel? That's
Who-
another one with a
did-
Netflix series, I think.
Did you guys want me to say? Do you guys know who J Lo is? Because everybody knows who J Lo is.
Have you heard
bro.
of Pepe Le Pew?
Oh, we didn't talk about Pepe. They did that dude dirty, bro.
Yeah, he
Like,
came from
Yeah.
Space Jam. He's out.
they don't
Yeah.
even. Oof, not even bro. This is all I'm saying, bro. Okay, the whole cartoon like aspect was like Pepe's looking for a mate, and then
Oh.
he like I guess basically like dudes, and then they meet that pretty ass girl who looks fine with all that. I mean, the Pepe videos, Pepe Le Pew videos, bro. Like,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
I think the thing that upsets me the most about that Pepe Le Pew thing is that, sure, we're gonna kick Pepe Le Pew out of the Looney Tunes team because he's creepy. But if Kobe was alive,
he
Oh,
ain't
wow,
even
hey.
creepy. He ain't even creepy though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, my whole thing is like, if you look at it and break it down, it's all
No, he's just a
deception.
he's
So
just a
he's
chauvinist from the '60s. He's just a French guy from the '60s. They were creepy. That's it.
Yeah,
He just wants,
so that's
he
all
wants to
it is.
fuck.
That's how you met women back in the day.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to
Like,
fuck? Kenny, do you
let
want to
them know
fuck?
what-
Kenny, do you want to fuck?
Let's do this, bro. Like,
Well, I mean, that's not.
Yes or no?
I didn't
Hey,
mean you.
whoa.
I didn't actually. No,
if
not you and
not,
me. I
you
just
come
meant,
back
like,
through stronger with your game, and like that's what he was doing the whole time. But like
yeah.
That's
at the
true.
same time, he was deceived into thinking, "Hey, this is a female skunk. If
Yeah.
I do my thing, because
That's
like
right.
bro, that's all it is, bro. He's doing his thing. He noticed, oh, she ain't taking my advances. I mean, what's up, girl? And then
It's
boom,
like
no.
it's like those girls that take party pictures, and then you look at their face and their neck, and they're different colors. You're like, what are you doing? Who are you?
Mhm.
Are you?
them chameleons, bro? You be sitting there like, bro, why your neck look like that? What's up? What's up? That be looking weird.
So true. So true. I think the recording is about to expire because we're only allowed, what, 40 minutes? Hans, have you gotten any sort of notification?
I have 47 right now going. It says it's still recording, so
Well, it might be, I mean, because we wound up having to re-record a couple of times, we might be okay for a little bit. But if you get a notice, you inform me.
absolutely, yeah.
I think it's pretty funny that Pepe Le Pew was supposed to get his own movie recently, and they hired Max Landis to write the script to
Wow.
that. He was the guy who was supposed to do that.
I mean, can you find anyone else more uh, uh, that would understand his reality and life experience more than Max Landis? Just an awkward kind of rapist-ish.
Sure, sure. Uh, how about James Tobin's Pepe Le Pew?
I don't remember who
Oh,
did
yeah,
that.
that's all right. He's a great director.
Right.
Anyway, so what is your worst cop story? We heard your worst homeless story. We didn't hear your worst cop story, Hans.
I think I said it on an episode of something that you put out when I was very bald. Um, on YouTube. I was just stoned with my friend in a park, and then a bus full of police people showed up, and we were very confused because we were stoned, and 8 to 10 cops came out and surrounded us and acted like we were like narcos, I guess. I don't know, but
They think you were
they
MS-13.
well, because I'm 6'2", they're very intimidated by my size, thinking that I guess I'm gonna fight them or whatever, but I'm stoned to shit, so I'm just giggling. And they ask me to take my shoes off because I keep slipping, like my legs keep like spreading open because I don't know. But we ended up
Yeah,
staying
that
there
was the
for
excuse. Sure, it was.
we ended up
Actually, one of the
hold on.
police officers had a sick fetish.
We
One of the
ended up
police
staying
officers was Quentin Tarantino, I think.
we ended up staying for 4 hours because the cops decided to call the dogs because we refused to let them check our car. They brought the dogs, which took 3 hours to get there. And then the dogs were not able to sniff the weed that was inside of the little pocket in the car.
So they had to do the sniffing
Uh,
themselves, and they had to get on their knees and sniff your socks and say,
no,
"Do you have weed in these?" And you have to
no,
take
nothing
those off.
happened.
That's what happened.
Nothing happened at
Kenny,
all.
have
Our
you ever been in
cops.
this situation where a cop asked you to take your socks and shoes off and then had to sniff your feet?
No, but there was this one time when me and this one coworker I had back in Florida when I was working at the dog track, we got pulled. Well, I got pulled over, and
Uh-huh.
he was driving with me, and I was on my way to a party at my friend Brian's house, and we got pulled over, like I just said. But anyways, um, so they're going through the car and stuff because I let them because I ain't got shit to hide and I didn't have any weed on me, but I was getting weed. Hence the reason why we were going over to my friend Brian's house. And like they found an old baggie. Mind you, this was like back in 2009 in Florida. So like the weed laws were like crazy back then. Like, bro, they found a baggie with like a little bit of shake, bro, and they were just trying to like pin me on some coke charges. And I'm just like, no. First off, excuse me, weed remnants. Second off, remnants. That means there's nothing else there. That shit's been smoked, bro. It's gone. And like, bro, I remember when I got that baggie too, because I got it from my friend Justin's house. And I was like, 2 weeks before like I got pulled over. So I'm just like, bro, that's 2 weeks old. So like, I don't know what you want from me. But
Wow. What is
yeah, no,
that's not a very similar story at all.
I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of is where like the cops just like, oh well, I'm pretty sure this. Oh wait, I didn't even finish it. The cop thought the baggie was filled with coke. Did I say that part yet?
You did. I mean, I was assuming it was a weed baggie, but you said, "Oh, he tried to get coke charges."
He tried to,
How do
but
you
it was a
how do
weed
you
baggie, bro.
how do you confuse a coke baggie for a weed baggie?
Well, they
Because it was
sprinkle
like,
the cocaine in the baggie and say, "Well, this is what was in your pocket." That's what they do.
Yeah, I just
no,
made a
not even,
joint.
bro. Because
I joined with weed and coke. What's the point of that joint? Doesn't that just go against? It's just two against each other.
You
We're
got
gonna relax you, but also like that
that
doesn't
you
make any
all
fucking
amped and
sense.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I know. But like, no, my whole thing was like the thing was under the seat, and like the back, like granted, like back in the day, like coke dealers did use those same type of baggies that weed dealers use, where like was like the cool little like colored small Ziploc bag. Yeah, one of those type shits. And I was like, I get it all day,
One of these
every
ones.
day, because like I'm a rational person, and like I've seen shit, so I'm not dumb. But like at the same time, like take your time to examine like the shit, bro, because like he's seen like little pieces of like Keith and stuff, and he thought that shit was like coke, and I'm just like, whew, what? No, like
One of these ones like this, Kenny?
yeah. Yo, you know the crazy part? I wasn't even on no coke budget at the time, so I'm just sitting here like, bro, like what? I haven't touched that in a grip. Get the fuck off my shit. It's all weed, man.
Have you
But
ever done
like,
coke, LowRes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where?
What do you, in a basement?
I can contest.
I mean,
Yeah, I was with Kenney at the time. We were doing we were doing lines.
But like, my whole thing is listen, this is my thing. Like, yeah, cocaine one hell of a drug, like what Jim said, and I get that. But like, I don't want to be up for like 5 days,
Yeah.
and not even that. I enjoy my sex, and I don't need no
You don't want
coke
Olympia?
dick, bro. No, I don't. I ain't nobody got time for that shit, bro. No, I'm set.
That's why you got to do heroin instead. Heroin will keep you nice and relaxed. You won't have any anxiety about having a small, soft penis. Everybody knows this. Everybody loves a good shot before sex, right?
I'm set. I'm set with that, bro. Like I heard if you take, like, my whole thing is I like the naturalness,
The
like
naturalness
like
of the
of
injection
of
into
getting
your
hard by
into the
yourself.
big vein in your pants.
Like I feel like if you did heroin and you tried to fuck on heroin, then like it's like Viagra, where like you do Viagra and then like you need Viagra to do. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah, you become dependent on heroin to have sex. Otherwise, you're just not interested in sex. It could be. It
I
could be.
mean, you look at everybody else here; they're just trying to make a quick buck. They ain't worried about no like sex.
Hans, have
I'm
you ever
just
had sex on opium?
No. Or heroin either. No. Not sure how your dick would actually work on heroin. I
No,
don't
you
think that
just
would
go
be
to
very
sleep. That's what
successful.
would happen. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even bother. You just take a nap.
Which sounds pretty nice, to be honest. Who doesn't like naps, right?
That's good for like when you're working a hard day and you got a good 2 hour break, you know?
Yeah.
Some doctors are probably, sniffing some heroin behind the scenes. So,
Yep.
anyway, how much time we got left on this call? I'm worried that it's going to
I
run
don't know.
out. We're going to be
It
mid
says
talk.
it says 55 right now. I don't know. It still says recording. Should
say
I
we
just
run
My call is recording, so I think we're good. But I think you're going to get the alert because you're the host. Well, the Zoom thing is still very new to us, so bear with me
Yeah.
here as we do
I
this.
feel like we should just run this until like it goes off, and then if we want to keep going with it, just be like, okay, round 2, bam.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea anyway, because then that'll bring us out to a little over an hour.
So let's talk about your movie, bro. Like, damn.
Well,
Was
hold
that the
on. Maybe
same?
how about this? How about we put a cap on this because we got cop stories, and that's pretty good, right? And then we'll talk about everything else that's like movie related for the next quarter, and we'll know when it's
Okay.
going to expire.
Well, to be fair, when you guys start wandering and pandering off about like Zack Snyder's new joint and
What?
shit, I'm just
What? I
be like,
don't talk about Zack Snyder at all.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sure, bro. Hans, who is she? She love rompers, some shit like that. Who is that,
Who's what?
bro? Okay, so you posted that thing about fucking Bill Gates and Bezos.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
we getting into this right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
posted that, and then
I noticed that you replied, but I deleted it just because I was like, oh, this was a joke. I didn't I don't
No,
know.
Hans
no,
will start in
And
trouble
then
just like
hold
you
on,
will.
hold on.
Like,
But
I
then
thought it was a joke too, but
but then
like,
someone got it real. Like someone replied to you in like a real
no,
way, and I was like, "What is this?"
listen. This is my whole thing. Like the dude that retweeted your thing with a quote was just like, because they're ugly and dorky as fuck, and I'm
Oh,
just like,
I didn't even
like,
see that. I don't
like
know.
he tweeted that, and then I jumped in, and I was just like, bro, you don't see the power moves going on right now, because like yeah, it does suck that they're getting a divorce, but like
No, it
from what
doesn't.
I'm
It
yeah,
doesn't though.
but
Did you see? Did
Kenny
you see?
feels bad for them. He's sad
Hold on.
about it.
Did
I
you
don't
see
like.
Kenny? Did you see Bill Gates' wife? What she looks like? Do you think he's upset that he's not with her anymore?
No, I don't think that, but
Would you be
at the
upset?
same time, at the same time, we all know what Bill Gates look like, and we all know, like, yeah, he got the money and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's got the
But
power.
like, yeah, but like, my whole thing was he probably liked her for her whole thing, and like, you gotta let her loose. Like, this is my thing. Like that whole time, the whole thing you're hearing is Bill Gates is divorcing his wife. It's not Bill Gates' wife is divorcing him, or whatever the hell her name is. Gates is divorcing Bill because he sucks. No, it's Bill Gates is divorcing his wife. No reason. They just done, bro. Like after like
Well,
that many
that's because
years.
he's the most prominent person in the relationship in terms of culture.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
you don't even know what her name is.
That wouldn't
You just
sell
No,
papers.
do any of you, do both of you know what her name is?
No, was it
I
No,
Melinda
did. Like
Gates?
I
honestly,
don't care.
honestly, honestly, I didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't know he was married. I kind of figured he'd be married, but like, listen, this is all I'm saying, bro. It's weird that like two powerful dudes is just like, yeah, I'm getting a divorce. Yeah, well, I'm giving her this much money, no problem. Eyes closed. Meanwhile, Dr. Dre and his girlfriend or wife, whatever, they've been together for that long, and like all you see on the hip hop tabloids is like, this bitch ain't getting shit because Dr. Dre was smart with his stuff and like blah blah. No, bro, you do what you want to do, whatever, bro. But like, if you can't see a power move, then you can't see a power move.
Also, a lot of those rap guys, like legacy rap musicians, are totally cucked out by their girlfriends. If you take a look at Jay-Z currently and who's leading that relationship with Beyonce and how he has to act around her and how he's apologizing for Big Pimpin', like the
He's
songs that
afraid,
made
yeah.
his career, he's just deathly petrified.
I'm not. I'm not even worried about that. The moment I seen Will and like Jada's entanglement,
Oh,
and I'm
that's
just
that
like,
one's maybe the worst one. That's
bro,
that.
that
You know
is
what? I probably have more respect for Will Smith because he seems delusional that he can work things out, and he's got his own girlfriend or whatever on the side, and apparently he's gay.
Boyfriend.
That's the
Yeah,
well, yeah,
boyfriend.
he's got a
Yeah.
girlfriend and a
I
boyfriend.
don't know.
His first
Mm,
I
wife allegedly left him because she walked in on him sucking off his manager.
yep.
I
And
don't know.
Alexis Arquette, who died recently, said
I
that's a true story.
I
Yeah.
seen that. I seen that Fresh Prince documentary where like people finally found out what the fuck happened to black Aunt Viv and not light skinned black Aunt Viv, and I
Ooh,
was just like,
he did her
whoa,
What
dirty.
that's
what
huh?
happened? I don't know. I'm not aware
Okay,
of what happened.
so you remember how like in the Fresh Prince after like a
Yeah.
couple seasons, Aunt Viv got vitiligo or some shit like that,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
She got
so
Mike. She got Michael Jackson. Yeah.
yeah, basically. So like from what I was here, like what I seen on the video, like the only reason why the former Aunt Viv got taken out is because like Will Smith had his little insecurities and stuff like that. And like it was basically his show, hence the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and shit like that. So like he'd
But
be like,
what he was insecure about her being darker than him?
no, not even the whole darker aspect, but like he was looking for affection, and
Ugh.
like it was basically like, yeah, you can do that, go for it, blah blah blah, as opposed to like, you can do that, but you need to think about the consequences and blah blah blah, this, that, and the third.
So
And like, come to find out, like, first Aunt Viv was like a Broadway actress and shit like that, and like she was trying to keep shit professional. Meanwhile, Will Smith coming through like, hey, we all one big family. We can be like normal, just act normal.
we can
But
be like
that's
a
his
real
whole,
family. I'll call
yeah,
you
but
dad when we're not shooting. You'll be
exactly,
my
but
sister.
and that's my mommy right there. But I don't like my mommy, so I don't like my mommy,
I'm when the
so I
cameras
want a
stop rolling,
light
I'm gonna
skinned
call you
mommy.
mommy. You're my
Yeah,
mommy now. Yes.
yeah,
I'm gonna
but
sit
like,
on your lap. You're gonna bounce me on your lap, mommy.
it made sense. Like I was kind like at first, like I don't
No.
know.
No.
Were you gonna say it
No,
made
no,
sense to do that? I don't want to. I don't want to go to the cameraman and be like, I'm gonna call you Uncle Charlie." And
Listen, no. Listen. This is all I'm saying. Like,
Will Smith sounds like a sick fuck right now, based on this story.
listen, like all I'm saying is like, when I first, like when this first, like when people first started realizing, oh, dark Aunt Viv got switched out for a lighter skin Aunt Viv. Why is that so? I was just thinking, oh, maybe it's this whole like they want to see more like diversified people in black families and stuff like that. So like somebody had a kid with a white lady and blah blah blah, all that shit. And I was like, okay, I can see that kind of sort of. But then I found out it was just one black guy bringing another black lady down, and I'm just like, well,
Yep.
come on now, bro.
Well, she
And then,
was. I guess she was darker than the butler, who's the darkest person in that show, right?
Jeffrey.
bro, listen. I'm not saying she was like straight midnight Nigerian black, like not at all. But like she was dark,
She's
and like
not one of those that have like yellow eyes.
no, not even
Just-
that. But like, listen. It's weird how like Uncle Phil's wife goes from this dark lady who's like she got the form and stuff, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah,
Mhm.
to the light skinned lady. And I'm not even dragging the light skinned lady. It's like, what, bro? Like, you're gonna get mad because this lady's not gonna play your mom role like you want her to, bro? That's kind of weird.
That's
But
very weird.
Yeah.
That's extremely peculiar. It
and,
sounds
and,
exactly
and
like
then
someone who would belong to a Scientology cult.
and then Jada does all this crazy ass shit with the rapper August Alsina, and I'm just sitting there like, what? What?
Yeah.
And then
I thought she was a lesbian, in all fairness. I had heard the story that I heard was that she was a lesbian, he was gay. And that's why they're all, and behind closed doors, they had like a very gender fluid thing going on. And that's why Jaden was named after Jada and Willow was named after Will.
I don't know, bro. I mean that'd be one like cool, understandable story, but like I don't know. This
That
ain't
doesn't
even my
reflect what
whole
we
thing.
know, though.
I'm sorry, I was taking a hit of my weed.
No, it's all right. Hans, I thought, froze and he was just dozing off. He was just taking a
No.
nap. He was nodding off like a heroin addict. Hey, why don't we pause real quick, and that'll be the end of this show, and then we will start the next one in 5 minutes.
I kind of wanted to keep talking about this, but 5 minutes.
5
Bro,
minutes, just 5 minutes. Hold on, 5 minutes. We'll come right back and we'll talk about everything related to entertainment. So that's been the first bonus episode of movies. The next one's probably gonna be Patreon exclusive.
I feel like we need to finish this whole like.
We will on the next
We'll
next
continue.
episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna get cut off
this-
any second now. Anyway, it's all right. Trust me. Just Kenny, trust me. 5 minutes.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This whole Will Smith, Jada Smith entanglement shit, like niggas should have seen that from Jump Street. Bam.
All right.
Was he on Jump Street?
No, he was no. That's just a saying. All right. That's been this one.
Oh my
See you on
god,
the
he's
next
so
one.
foreign, bro. He said what? I said they should have like they should have seen it from Jump Street, bro.